Good morning. This is for English 7 for Friday, April the 3rd. Let's look in your grammar book at page 182. Page 182. We're in exercise C. Mrs. Patterson informed me on Monday that I was to come to work early. There's a problem with the sentence that I have on the boards in your book as well. What's wrong with our sentence? The words on Monday. The question is, they're unclear. What do they describe? Are they telling me when Mrs. Patterson said it? Or are they telling me when I'm supposed to come to work early? So I have a choice. I need to move on Monday to the front and say, on Monday, Mrs. Patterson informed me that I will come to work early. Or I can say, Mrs. Patterson informed me that I was to come to work early on Monday. Okay? So in this case, I'm going to draw mine down here at the end. That's when I'm going to come to work early. Look at number 2. You sure write good for an amateur, Jalen. You sure write good for an amateur, Jalen. Now, this does not have a misplaced phrase, but it does have some problems. What do you see? Hopefully, you see the word sure. Sure should not be there. It should be the what? It should be the word you surely write, okay? Because it's telling to what extent. So we're going to write the word surely. Mark it out and write surely right above it. You surely write good for an amateur, Jalen. Now we still have another problem. We have the word what? The word good. Good is an adjective, meaning it has to describe a person, a place, or a thing. Good is not telling me about a person. And good is not telling me about a place or even a thing. What is it telling me? It's telling me how Jalen writes. So I should not use the word good. I should use the word well. If I'm talking about how you do something, use the word well. Number 3 says, you won't hardly find nobody who can sketch more better than Allie. You won't hardly find nobody who can sketch more better than Allie. Okay, we have several words that are all what kind of words in this sentence? Don't say wrong. So there are several wrong things. They're negative words. How many negative words are you allowed in a sentence? 1. No double negatives, okay? So, hardly is a negative word. So I have to get rid of the word won't. You hardly, okay? You hardly find. Would you say nobody because no one can do it? No, some, but just not very many. So we were going to say the word anybody because nobody is negative again, and we're not allowed to have, since we have hardly, we can't have nobody. Okay, so we're going to use anybody or anyone. Okay, you hardly can find anyone who can sketch more better than Allie. There's one more mistake in our sentence. What is that? The word more. Do not use the word more and the ER form of a word. Okay, it's better, but it's not more better. Okay? So our sentence will say, you will hardly find anybody or anyone who can sketch better than Allie. Look at your next sentence. The witness said the defendant had never been very honest. Sounds like could be a true statement, except we have too many what? Too many negative words. So we want to take out some negatives. Okay? What are we going to take out? How about the word not? Okay? So now we have, the witness said the defendant had never been very honest. I hope that's never said of you. I hope you're honest. I hope you're honest in your work. You're honest in that you're watching the videos, doing your own work on your quizzes, your own work on your test, and that you are an honest person. You know, it's very easy to destroy someone's trust with you, especially if you're a dishonest person. The Bible tells us that we're supposed to be an honest person. So always try that, to be an honest. You know, I used to tell my kids when they were little, you may get in trouble for something you did wrong. But if you're dishonest and you lie about it, you're going to be in so much more trouble. Okay, let's look at number 5. The Professor Holbert sure spoke intelligent, didn't he? How did Professor Holbert speak? He spoke not intelligent, he spoke intelligently. Okay, because it's an adverb telling us how he spoke. But what about the word sure? Is it an adjective describing the professor, or is it an adverb describing how he spoke intelligently? It's an adverb describing how he spoke intelligently. So I need to use the word surely. Number 6, handle this china careful because you can break it easy. Okay, what do we want to change? Careful should be carefully. How are you supposed to handle the china? Carefully. Why? Because you can break it, how? Not easy, but you can break it easily. Easily. Number 7, the camel can go more longer without water than the donkey can. How long can this camel go without water? He can go longer, but not more longer. You don't use the ER and the word more, okay? So the camel can go longer without water. Miss Houseman saw that ancient Fort George is being renovated in the newspaper. Is the fort being renovated in the newspaper? No. Miss Houseman read about it. So let's move in the newspaper to where? Near what it describes, Miss Houseman. In the newspaper, Miss Houseman saw. Okay? Number 9, these apples certainly taste sourly. I don't like Granny Smith apples because they are so sour. Those are the big fat green ones. I'm not a big fan. All right? But maybe some of you are. My daughters like them with caramel. They like that sour apple and that sweet caramel. They dip them in there. Not a big fan. Okay? These apples certainly taste how? The apple is sour. You don't use sourly because we're talking about the apple's taste. Okay? Look on the next page. Page 183. It says manuscript form, capitalization, and punctuation. What does this tell you? This tells you we're getting ready for a test. Actually, we're having 2 tests. We're having one on adverbs, then one that covers everything we've done in grammar so far. Okay, so let's talk about our capitalization and punctuation. Last year, I read the book, How We Got Our Bible by William H. Griffith Thomas. Okay, so let's go back. What are we going to do? Capitalize the word last because it's the first word of a sentence. Capitalize the word I because we always capitalize the word I. Then, what are we going to do? Underline the title of the book. The book's title was How We Got Our Bible. Make one line under that because we underlined the title of a book. By the way, if it's something that's inside a book, like a song or a poem, what do we do to that? If it's inside a book, it goes inside quotation marks. But this is the book title, so we underline it. What else do we do to the book title? Capitalize each word. So capitalize how, capitalize we, capitalize got, capitalize our, capitalize Bible. Next, we're going to capitalize the W in William H. Griffith's name. Since it's an abbreviation, put a period after the W. Capitalize the H and put a period after it. Capitalize the G in Griffith. Capitalize the T in Thomas and put a period at the end of our sentence. Let's look at number 2. My family lives in the small German town of Frankenmuth, Michigan, where my father works as at Transnational Cheese Corporation. I've been to Frankenmuth, Michigan. It is a beautiful town known for its Christmas. They have Christmas shops and Christmas hotels, and it has Christmas 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all 365 days of the year. So anytime you go to Frankenmuth, it's all decorated for Christmas, okay? Let's look at this. What are we gonna capitalize? Capitalize the M in my, because it's the first word of the sentence. Capitalize the G in German, because that is a nationality. Capitalize the F in Frankenmuth, because that's the name of a town. Capitalize the M in Michigan, because it is a state. What do we put between our city and state? We put a comma. Since our city and state are together and they're in the middle of a sentence, what has to go after Michigan? Also a comma. Where my father works at the, capitalize the T in transnational, capitalize the C in cheese, capitalize the C in corporation, because Transnational Cheese Corporation is the name of a business. And finish it off with a period. Very good. Tonight's homework, very simple. I want you to do questions 3, 4, and 5. Questions 3, 4, and 5. And then there'll be a small quiz for you to take online today because we want to really begin preparing for our test.